Your youth is not for pleasure. Your youth is not for pleasure. Pleasure drains, deadens, and distracts anyone that is given to it. I'll say it again. Pleasure drains, deadens, and distracts anyone that is given to it. Whether this pleasure is sinful or not, there are sinful pleasures and there are some legitimate pleasures that may be all right. But anybody that is given to pleasure, I tell you, particularly in your youthful age, it drains you, it deadens you, it distracts you, it makes you less than yourself. It brings you to the bare minimum. If you are given to pleasure, you will not be able to build capacity or to get to your full potential. Let's see a few scriptures now in the book of Titus, chapter 3, verse 3. Your youth is not for pleasure. Titus chapter 3, at verse 3. It says, for we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving diverse lusts and pleasures. He said, we were foolish and serving and giving ourselves and yielding to diverse lusts and pleasures. When you are giving to pleasure, you become a slave to pleasure. For some, it is the pleasure of drinking and drunkenness, and have become slave to drinking and drunkenness. For some, it's the pleasure of smoking, that becomes slave to smoking. For some, it's the pleasure of immoral activity, sexual immorality, and have become slave to sexual immorality. For some, it's the pleasure of revelings, partying, that become slave to partyings. And once you are given to this pleasure, it will drain you, it will distract you, it will deaden you. So to some, it's even the pleasure of games, gaming. Now they are so good with their game. This pleasure is distracting them from their purpose, from their full potential. So one thing you must not be given to is pleasure. Let me show you another scripture now quickly as we come to the next thing. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 6. The things you must not be given to in your youth. The things you must avoid in your youth. Chapter 5 of 1 Timothy verse 6 said, But he that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. So you see it now. Pleasure drains, pleasure deadens, pleasure distracts. It distracts you from your purpose. I say it here quickly. Pleasure is the enemy of purpose.